right here for you on Penn's Peak Radio. And wall-to-wall country, hey, everybody, it's Case hanging out with you, getting into the second hour of the show. And some good music right there. We also heard Dolly Parton's latest, Pure and Simple. And we have got a very exciting thing going on right now. Of course, the tradition here is to have a great artist coming in the second hour. And not only do we have one great artist coming in, we've got two great artists coming onto the show right now on the Wall to Wall Country. So we're so excited to have this. We want to talk about young girls, but girls that already educated, already got their thing on, and they're doing a great job at it. You've already heard some of their music as it's, climbing charts across the country and around the world. For such a young age, very, very, very talented and really to kind of do their thing. We're going to find out about these lovely ladies who are on the show right now. Please make welcome Miss Presley and Miss Taylor, sisters in the country music industry. Hello, girls.
Hey, everyone. How y'all doing?
How are you guys?
Doing great. We're so excited to be talking to you today.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you guys on. I've been listening to the tunes that you've had out there for a while. My hometown, of course, is one of my favorites. And actually, when I first heard it, it took me a while to figure out who it was. I was like, who is that? And voila, it's you guys. So we're so excited to have you on the show today. Now, let's back up, though, for just a little bit. I mean, we can't back up too far. You guys really aren't that old yet. My goodness. You've had quite the career in such a very short period of time.
Thank you.
But for those folks who are unsure who you are, let's back up just a little bit. And you guys, first introduce yourself, who's who. You guys are sisters. And tell us a little bit about your upbringing and how you got into the position you're in, even though you guys aren't neither one of you are 20 yet, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Gosh, God, if I had half the insight that you guys have, I'd never mind. Anyway, go ahead.
Guys, you're so sweet. Well, I'm Presley, and I'm 19.
And I'm Taylor, and I'm 17.
And we have grown up singing country music our whole lives. We're actually from Connecticut, so people kind of question that whole New England thing, and they're like, how do you sing country music? But we've been doing it our whole lives because really it came from our family. Our family really has always loved country music. So, I mean, we grew up holidays singing country songs, the old stuff, all the good stuff. And I don't know, it just kind of turned into this whole thing that we're doing now. And it's just so special. And we do it with our family and together. So it's just a lot of fun. And it's going really well. So
now, when you guys decided to do this, I mean, was there ever a challenge of one did, one didn't? Like one sister didn't, they're like, I don't want to follow in your footsteps. I want to do something different. Any of that? Because I have an older sister, and I'm like, I don't want to do what she's doing. I want to do something else. I mean, was there any of that, or did you guys just kind of make it work right from the get-go?
No, I mean, we've been in this together from the very beginning. Presley and I were so excited the first time we ever went into the recording studio together, and I don't know, we wouldn't want this any other way. I mean, Presley's like my best friend, so.
Aww.
I think that makes it, we're like only 2 years apart, so like we're so close, and like we've always been like in school together, and we have a lot of the same friends, and so we're like used to always being around each other and doing stuff together.
And everything that we're doing is just so great together. It wouldn't
be as fun without
really
Taylor.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So you guys actually started your career just a little bit different. As far as you weren't out, trying to do the performing at the church choirs and the festivals and stuff. You guys kind of jumped right into doing the recording. Why don't you tell us that, on how that path ended up being more the path that got you into what you're doing versus, a lot of kids or a lot of people, no matter what, I was singing in churches, and then I graduated to festivals, and then I graduated, and then I finally got into the recording studio. You guys kind of did it backwards.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot. I mean, when we were younger, we would be in school talent shows, and we did musicals and everything like that. But you're definitely right. I mean, Taylor was just 14 when we went into the studio for the first time, and it's something that our family really spent a lot of time in the recording studio, so we had grown up around that and seen our family members doing it. So when we finally got to that age where our parents wanted us to have that experience and to see what it was like, it was really a big coming-of-age moment for the two of us, and we just fell in love with it. Like, when we went into the studio, it was just such an amazing thing for us to be doing, and it was different, so, I mean, a lot of people were surprised by that,
Right, yeah. And I mean, it really just snowballed from there into something more. I think we both went into the studio just for fun and for the experience and, you know, for the family time, and then it just snowballed.
Yeah,
into what it is now.
we came out really, really loving it. And then as we grew, too, with our music, we started going out and singing live, and then that just added a whole nother aspect into what we were doing, and we've just grown from there, and we're loving every second of it.
That's awesome. So I guess part of my curiosity is, since you're kind of growing up with it and stuff, and you guys are still young, so maybe the answer is, you know, no. But I mean, you guys already have done a lot of great things and performed with some amazing people. Is it something that just really just comes that natural, or is there still some of those moments where you guys step back and go, holy crap, you know, is this really happening? I mean, you've performed with people that there's other people aspire to perform with, you know, way older, and it's like, oh, if I could, you know, share the stage with so-and-so, or if I could play and sing there. I mean, you've already got a couple things under your belt. So where is the highlight? Is there highlights, or is it all just comfortable and natural and not really blowing your socks off kind of thing?
Oh my gosh, no, there are so many highlights. I mean, we have a lot of wow moments, right, Press?
We do, definitely. Yeah. I feel like everything, because we're young and we've never done this before, and I feel like it would be like this for anybody, but like whenever you get a new experience, it's like, oh my gosh, like what did we just do? Like I remember the first time that we sang in Nashville, Tennessee, and we got home and we were like, no way, we didn't just do that.
We were kicking ourselves in the car. We were
crazy.
Like, oh my gosh, we just performed.
I know. And I
so.
think one of the biggest highlights that we've had so far was this past summer we actually got to go to CMA Fest for the first time in Tennessee, and we were invited by WSM. They're the home of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yep.
We got to sing in the exhibition center, like right in the middle of CMA Fest and everything that was going on. And we were there with other artists, like Jeannie Fricke was there, and Bucky Covington, and we all sang on the same stage. And that was a moment, I think, for our parents, too. Everybody was just like, this is so surreal, like, we can't believe this is happening. And
yeah, it was wonderful.
It was.
I mean, another one was last fall at our hometown fair that Presley and I, you know, grew up going to.
Right.
We got to open for Martina McBride, who's someone that, I mean, we've listened to our entire lives and that we love very much. We love her music, and we got to open for her at our hometown fair, and it was just incredible. And she gave us some great advice afterwards, too. That was just, she was just so sweet. It was great to meet her.
Wow, so you're actually having the opportunity to talk to these artists, too, and I mean, some of these people are just, you know, really been, you know, big hit maker. I mean, Janie Fricke. I mean, I've had the opportunity to interview that lovely woman, and, you know, you're almost like, you know, you just kind of want to bow down a little bit. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, the sustainability of someone like that is amazing. You know, it's just amazing. Martina McBride's another one. I mean, how long they've been doing it, and they still can pour it out, do the energy, still sound great every single day. It's like, it's one of my questions for them all the time. It's like, how do you get out of bed and do it constantly every day and keep doing it, you know?
I mean, it's got to be hard work, and it definitely is for us, too, but when you love it, you just love every second of it, even the hard work when it pays off. I mean, it's all just, when you love it, you love it.
That's awesome. Now, you guys are still, or at least Taylor, you're still in school, right?
Yes, I'm a senior in high school right now.
Okay, so how does that work?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of traveling, and it's a really busy schedule, but I think the fact that we're both in school and we have each other as a support system, that I mean, that's how we do it. That's how we get through it together.
Now, Presley, you're going for business, right, in college?
Yes, I am. Business management.
So was that a decision based on you wanting to be a little bit more savvy when it came to the business industry of your country music, or was that a decision that was made, you know, outside of the country music singing and the performing part, or is that something that you picked? It's like, one of us needs to know what the heck's going on business-wise.
No, I mean, well, honestly, I think it had a lot to do with music and a lot to do with what I've experienced growing up. Both of my parents are entrepreneurs, and I see what they do, and I see our business, and I see our music as a business, and, like, it's growing, and we have to we've been building it from the ground up all by ourselves. So I really did want to be more knowledgeable about the process and how to manage things and how to take control of the situation and be around professionals, because we're so young. We are around a lot of adults and a lot of professional business people in the music industry. So I did really want to have more of a knowledge base with that. So that has a lot to do with my decision to go to business school.
Taylor, are you going to go to college?
I'm currently applying to schools right now, but my parents want me to go to college.
That's definitely, our parents are very they want us in school, but I mean,
we're taking music full time, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it both of it.
We are doing both of it, and whatever the future holds, if music starts to take off even more than it is now, and that becomes the top priority. I mean, we have our background in school, which is so great, but music is what we love, and that's what we want to be a part of. So if that is where our life is supposed to go, then that's what we're going to do.
Awesome. And there's plenty of classes and schools out there that also can help prepare you and continue for you to grow, and give you knowledge that you don't currently have. So, that's always a good thing. Let's talk about that music. Let's talk about your product. You've written a few songs, but a lot of the stuff that you perform and you have out there is not necessarily penned by you guys, but you've worked with some great writers out there. Tell us a little bit about some of this music that you have out there. We would like to feature it either Looking for a Cowboy or While You Were Gone. Tell us a little bit about one of those and how that came about.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have just kind of started writing our own music, which has been so much fun, but when we really started doing this and releasing music, we got to work with some amazing writers, and they've been so supportive. Everybody who's written a song that we've sung have always reached out to us, always been talking to us and wanting to co-write. And Looking for a Cowboy, which I know you guys are going to play later in the show, Amanda Williams wrote that. She's an amazing writer down in Nashville, and she actually just wrote a song for Garth Brooks, and that was on his new album. So we're so honored to have a song that she wrote. And then our very first single, Kicking Back, was written by Rachel Proctor, and she's an amazing singer in her own right. And then to be able to sing a song that she wrote, we were really excited about that. And she reached out. That was in the very, very beginning where we didn't really know a lot, and she had reached out to us and was so sweet and so supportive of what we were doing.
Yeah, friendships and relationships with everyone.
That definitely grows, especially when you're singing their songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then most recently, While You Were Gone was written by Donnie Keys and Monty Holmes, and they have been so great. Actually, Monty Holmes wrote Broken Heartsville for Joe Nichols, so he's one of my favorite artists ever, so I was like, that's very cool. But, I mean, everybody's just been so great to us.
Right. And then we're so proud of our current single, My Hometown, because it is the first song that Presley and I have ever written together, and it's currently number 27 on the Music Row chart.
Yeah.
So
we just found that out.
Yeah, we
right before we got on the phone with
you.
Nice.
Yeah,
we're just so proud of that song.
That's our highest charting single yet.
So let's go back just for a second, though, and if I'm going to play Looking for a Cowboy. Obviously, you guys didn't write that, as you just mentioned. But how, I'm sure you're getting songs pitched to you, and, maybe you pick one, maybe you don't, maybe you like the writer, maybe you don't, maybe it's a good fit, maybe it isn't. But obviously, you saw something in Looking for a Cowboy. What was it that you two decided that you liked about it? Was it the same thing? Two different opinions of why you liked the song? Why was that one picked as one of them that had been pitched to you?
Well, when I was 15 when I heard that song for the first time, and I just immediately fell in love with it. Just the way the chorus went and the hook with it, it was just great. I heard we were sitting in the driveway in the car, right, Press?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were sitting there, and Presley played it, and I was like, oh my God, we have to record this. It just sounded so cool to me. And then to take it into the studio and make it our own, and make it, a Presley and Taylor song is just incredible, too, to watch that come to life. I mean, when I first heard it, it was just, an acoustic guitar and Amanda singing it, which was great, and then to make it our own is just really special as well.
All right. Well, if you guys can you hang on for me for a couple minutes here?
course.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I always like that as an answer. We're going to take a quick break. We've got to pay some bills. Make sure we stay on the air. But we're going to play that Looking for a Cowboy, something that Presley and Taylor were pitched. They liked the writer. They became a relationship with this girl, and they decided to take it to the studio and make it their own. We're going to hear their version of it coming up in just a minute. First, we got to pay some bills, but we're going to be back with more Presley and Taylor and a tune from them called Looking for a Cowboy in just a minute. Some powerful music right there for you. Presley and Taylor, such a difference in those two songs, I have to say. I mean, they both have such maturity. They both have, your voices are very, very good in both. But wow, what a difference between While You Were Gone and Looking for a Cowboy. The cowboy one's kind of cute and it's fun and it's perky, but that one right there, man, that just sounds like something that somebody who would be seasoned for 20 or 30 years would have produced. It's very, very good.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was definitely an amount of time between recording Cowboy and recording While You Were Gone, and as we've gotten more and more used to recording and kind of picking out songs, we really love traditional country music, and that's always what we've grown up on. And when we kind of started out with a little bit more of like a poppier sound, but what we really love is traditional music, and I think you're going to see that with the more songs. We've actually been in the studio, so the more songs that we come out with, it's going to showcase more of what we really, really love to sing.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely has a maturity level on that one that's just pretty darn amazing for two young girls. I mean, yeah, you've been around it and stuff, but I mean, the seasoned sound in your voices and stuff, especially you, Taylor, my goodness. I mean, you're just 17, and between the two of you, you mix really well. You know when to back off. You know when to let, Presley take it, and vice versa. I mean, you guys, it's stuff that you really talk about, or is it just something that comes natural when you guys are trying to figure out who's going to do what in what song?
Well, thank you for the compliment. I mean, Presley and I spend a lot of time practicing, and, we work hard to figure out where in each song, like how we want to sing it and who's singing and who should back off and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got to tell you,
I think a lot of it does come naturally just because we've been singing together our whole lives, like literally screaming over each other. So I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you could put that right up there. I mean, you were talking about Martina McBride or Sarah Evans or, some of those big guns that are out there, Reba. I mean, any of them could do that song, and you guys did a fantastic job. You'd be hanging right up there with those guys, let me tell you, with that one there. I liked it a lot.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. So now you guys are working on a project, or have some new music you guys are working on. Why don't we get up to date here with, you just mentioned about the new music that you're talking about. You do have a single out there off of an album. Give us some details about that.
Well, our current single is My Hometown, and like Taylor said earlier, that's the first song that we wrote together. So,
right.
Whenever you write something as an artist, you're very vulnerable when you let that out to the world and let people hear it. But I think it's been received really well. I mean, we're so excited because it's been doing really good on country radio.
Yeah, just extremely proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the coolest things about that song is we actually went out to Kentucky. We went to Cadiz, Kentucky about a month ago for their annual ham festival, and it was this huge fair, and it was very, very fun. And that was the first time we sang My Hometown. We went out and sang it in front of the crowd, and we could see people singing along to the song, like they knew the words and they were singing with us, and that was just a very surreal moment. And it was really cool to see someone singing like a song that we wrote.
Okay, so your project, is this on an album? This is just a single that's out there?
Right now, Presley and I are in the recording studio a lot, working on, I think it's going to be an album. I mean, we're working on an album together of songs that we've been writing. We've been doing a lot of writing.
Okay.
Some from other writers, some songs that have been pitched to us that we absolutely fell in love with when we heard them. So we're really, really excited to be in the studio and recording them.
And everyone should, just keep an eye on our website, PresleyandTaylor.com, and our Twitter and our Facebook at Presley and Taylor. because we're going to be releasing some cool new stuff really soon.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. You guys, you're going to put this together. You're going to throw it. Do you have any idea of the projected date-ish of, when you think this album will be ready to get out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a definite work in progress. We're working really hard, and we don't really have a specific date, but we're definitely expecting sometime next year, early next year, to get it out to everybody.
So early in 2017 is the projected date of getting this out. You got a name for the album yet?
No, we do not. Not yet.
Working on that one hard, huh?
Let you know as soon as we figure it out.
That's awesome. Are you guys planning on doing any videos for any of these, like My Hometown? Or do you have stuff out there? Going to be doing more of that kind of stuff?
Well, we got to do, I know, we've been talking about it actually because My Hometown is doing so well that it's kind of almost like, we probably should do it. The last time we did a music video was for our first single, Kickin' Back, and that was so much fun because we got all of our friends from high school, everybody came up to our house, our grandma's house actually, and we recorded the music video, and that was just such a fun day and such a great experience that I think Taylor and I would both be so excited to do another music video for My Hometown, especially because it's all about where we live and everything, so we'd be able to do it right in our town, which would be fun.
Wow, that would be really cool and highlight, exactly where you grew up and give people that feeling of, yes, country people can come from the Northeast. Yeah, awesome. So you guys mentioned Facebook and Twitter. Are you guys the people who are doing the Facebooking and the Twittering? I'm not very good at any of that social media stuff, but are you the ladies answering the questions, or are you guys too busy and you got somebody else doing it for you?
We are all over our social media. We're the ones liking everyone's comments.
Yeah. Taylor's definitely the Twitter girl. She won't let me touch Twitter. Taylor is obsessed with Twitter. So she handles all that stuff. And then I like Facebook, so I always like to reply to comments on Facebook. So everybody's just so sweet and so supportive.
Yeah. And we actually just got an Instagram.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go beyond Facebook and I get a little lost, but I'm pretty sure I followed you on Facebook or followed you on Twitter and liked you on Facebook if I got that the right way. But I can see you guys are all about it. Now, are you getting reaction from My Hometown via the Facebook and your social medias? Are people kind of reacting to it and getting in touch with you?
Definitely. I mean, I love seeing the comments and seeing the messages from people saying how much they love My Hometown. I mean, it's like I said before, because it's something that we wrote and that's doing so well. It's just great that it's being so well received.
Yeah, there definitely is a lot more of that communication. I'm definitely noticing it with My Hometown, as there's a lot more people reaching out and saying how relatable it is, and they love singing it and they love hearing it on the radio, and we're just really happy about that.
Now, can you relate to the time, you'd say you like the traditional music, are you guys able to relate to the time of when social media didn't really exist? And how do you think, is it a time frame that you think you would want to step back to? Not that you can, but to step back to the days of, the early Reba McEntire and the early Martina McBride and stuff, or are you guys, really, really got this handle? You like where you're at with the new medium of music and the media of music, which is social media?
I mean, social media is such an incredible tool to connect with everyone that's listening to your music and supporting you. So I definitely love that about social media. I mean, if you knew our mom, we weren't on social media till
we were 13, or she never let us on any social media. I think Facebook. She let us have a Presley and Taylor Facebook before we were ever allowed to have our own Facebook.
I still don't have a Facebook.
Yeah, Taylor doesn't have one. So you could say we're a little bit behind on that one, but I mean it's still great to use, I think, for reaching out to people and getting to talk to fans and get new people to like our music and kind of see what we're all about. But I mean, back when, I'm a little bit older than Taylor, so I remember a little bit more not having social media around, and I mean that was a great time too, so I don't know.
Yeah, and the whole texting and stuff like that. The world's kind of gotten a little smaller on on one aspect of that. It brings something can happen, in London, and everyone around the world knows it in a matter of seconds. It's just
Yeah, and you know what though? I think it's hard to replace the face-to-face stuff too, like going to a show or going to a radio station and meeting the people that are playing your song, or going, go to a live show and seeing your fans and talking with everyone. I mean, nothing can replace that either. So.
nice. Awesome. Well, that's pretty cool too. So let me ask you this. I know you're talking about a new album out in early 2017. Is it all electronic? Is it going to be hard copy CDs? Are you one of those artists that are considering going back to vinyl?
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. We actually, definitely, I'm open to that. I love all that throwback stuff. I think that's so fun. But one really cool thing that I do have to mention, since you did say that, is we played at the Ernest Tubb Record Shop on Broadway in Nashville a couple weeks ago, and they were so happy and they loved our music that they actually took a full ton of our CDs and they're now selling them like hard copies at the record shop, which is like the coolest thing ever. And I think it's so awesome that's like our first place that our CDs are being sold. That was definitely a highlight moment for us. So
Nice. Yeah,
you can actually find our CDs sold there. So
And okay, so that's my question. How, if people want to get their hands on the music, whether it's your older stuff, because I realize you're still working on the new stuff, but your single "My Hometown" or any of these, like what's the best way to do it? Is it your Facebook page, or is it on the Spotify, the Amazon? Where can people get their hands on your music?
Well, if they go basically on any of our social media, they'll find links to SoundCloud and Spotify, like you said. Also, our stuff is on iTunes and YouTube, too, so if you want to listen for free, you have YouTube. But definitely if we're playing a show somewhere near anybody who's listening, we always sell hard copy CDs at our shows. So that's really important, we think, too, for people to be able to go home with something in their hand and be able to put it in their car stereo and play it. So that's really important as well.
Well, if you would consider sending me a couple, I will make sure they get in some Pennsylvania people's hands.
That'd be awesome.
We would love to do
And if you would sign one for a personal copy for me for my own personal collection, that would be really awesome too. Just had to throw that in there. I adore you girls. You've definitely got some good stuff going on here. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anything under wraps that you can sneak out there a little bit, or is everything still a big hush hush for you as far as what you've got going on in the next 6 months or so?
Well, we are really, really excited about this one new song that we just finished recording. I'll actually give you the name of it. You guys are the first ones to hear about this, but it's called This Darn Phone, and it's one that we wrote together. It's all about relationships and waiting to see, when you break up with someone, now in our modern world with technology and your phone, you're always waiting for someone to reach out to you. And so it's all about that and being able to kind of let that go and move on with your life or move on from a relationship. So we're super excited for everybody to hear that song. Hopefully very soon.
very soon.
And it's called
Keep an eye on our
This Darn Phone?
Yep, This Darn Phone. That's what it's called.
I love that kind of stuff. That sounds cute. It sounds like a cute song, definitely for fun. Okay, well, I think we covered just about it. If there's anything else you guys would like to throw out there to the listening audience before I cut you guys loose?
Yeah, we hope, I'm not sure if you'll be there, but it's CRS 2017 in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to be down there playing a whole bunch of our music, and we have some big shows coming up. So we really want everybody to just check out our Facebook, check out our website. We actually have a brand new website up, so go see that, and you'll be able to see all our upcoming events.
PresleyandTaylor.com, Presley and Taylor Facebook. Our Twitter handles @CountrySisters1. And before we go, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
And we hope everyone has a really great holiday season, too.
Well, that's cool, too, and I wish it right back at you. And let me just throw this out there as well. We're in northeast Pennsylvania, kind of stuck between Scranton and Allentown, if you know Pennsylvania at all, on the east side of the state, which is not that far from Connecticut. So if you guys are ever in the area and you got a day you want to burn, you want to take a little drive, my doors to the Penns Peak radio station are always open to all of my guests, and it would be totally cool to have you guys swing by, bop in, and sit in our living room type studio here and chat and play a little something. It'd be fun.
That's fantastic. I mean, we will see you soon then.
Yeah. Well, we're here, I mean, we're not that far from you guys when you're traveling home. So, if you, like I said, Connecticut's like a 5-hour drive. It's not that bad.
No, not at all. That would be so great. Thank you for the invitation.
Yep, well, it stands. So anytime you're up in this area, we have a beautiful venue on top of a mountain. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. We'd love to have you guys stop by and give us a quick update. But also, keep us in mind. Tell your PR people, too, when you do get that album released in the spring. Love to get you back on the show and play some more of your new music and get some of that stuff out there so we help promote you and your music and what you guys got going on. So jot us down for when you get that going early next spring, 2017. We'd love you to have it back on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you
can't
so
wait
much.
to share that with you guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, you lovely ladies are awesome. I want to wish you guys a very happy and special Thanksgiving and holiday season. Be good to each other. I know what it's like. I know it's not all peaches and cream when you got an older sister, Taylor. I'm in your boat, okay? Except mine's 5 years older than me. So sometimes it's...
Well, I'm glad we understand each other.
Yeah, I feel ya. I feel you, girl. I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I love her to death, but once in a blue moon. Anyway, but you guys be good to each other, and you guys enjoy your family and friends when you're home for the holiday season. Be safe and stay in touch. We'd love to hear from you again, girls.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're quite welcome, and looking forward to chatting with you again. Take care, girls. Bye-bye.
Bye.